Alrighty. Looks like we are all good. Alright, you guys. This is a Power of the Elements case opening. We have 3 cases. We're going to open at least one right now. I'm not sure if we're going to open up more right this second. I have to save at least one for a little bit later tonight. But this is what we have. This is going to be really, really nice. Let me go ahead and get this finished, and then we'll be ready. There we go. Okay. So I won't have everything available for sale. If you guys want to support the TCG Player Store, of course, be sure to do that. That link is always in the description. Just trying to set this up. Alrighty. There we go. And here we are. Okay. Never opened up cases before. We're going to get into it. So, what, 12 boxes per case. And yeah. So you guys can't see everything in here. We're going to try and get as much of you as I can. Let's see. There's a little camera error. There we go. Alright, perfect. You guys can see the sides here. So I may need to use some of these later. So I'm going to do this a little bit of a weird way. Just try to get some stuff out of here. So case by case. And of course we will put this here. So just so you guys see that, there it is. First box. I'm gonna get some sleeves because I know we're gonna pull something great. We're gonna get a bunch of Sprite Blues. We're gonna get a bunch of Primeval Planet Perlarenos. We're just gonna pull a bunch of cool stuff. So let's go into it. We're gonna also upload this onto the OzoneTCG channel. Once this entire thing's over, we're gonna upload some highlights later on. So be sure to watch out for that stuff. If you guys can't hear me, it's okay. It's fine. I'm trying to get the audio sorted because I have it stream set up a little bit differently than I would like. But this is going to be the first box, so we are trying to get at least 2 cores out of the 3 cases I have. 2 cores of Sprite and Tearlaments, and then just everything else. I'm hoping we pull at least 1 Starlight. It is expected to be approximately 1 every 2-ish cases. It's been weird though, the way everything's been going. It's actually not guaranteed at all, which that's been the trend for the past couple years. Yeah, some people are getting 4 or 5 Starlights per case, but I guess we'll have to see. Alrighty, so this is number 1, Loris. So I'm going to throw all the commons and everything as much as I can on the side. This is going to be quite messy, as expected, because it's an entire case. Lots of cards. I think I calculated a little bit over 7,500 cards in here. Multi-steering contest. So, and then we have the cats walking around. We just moved in to the new studio. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot trying to get this card in sync. I don't know if you guys saw the Rika stuff. Sun Avalon Rika just made top 8 at, I think it was Fort Worth, that regional. So that'll be a cool thing to talk about. It's a good card. Not as good as a regular, but still pretty good. But I'm just going to try and power through these and kind of see what we get from each case. So some chipping on these cards. Yeah. All right. So first Ultra, not a good Ultra. That's fine. I like the card. It's cool. I don't care for the actual hero cards, but it's still cool to have regardless. Oh, jeez. There we go. And then the World Premiere Midnight Early is really, really good, both in Mathmech and in Sprite. I think it'll be eventually standard. That card's really good. It's the reason to play Rika now. It's because you can set I think they have like an interruption trap or something like that. But really good. So, Goatee of the Deep Beyond. There we go. I'm not saying fish because it's just not correct. So, first secret of the box and of the case. Ultra so far. We'll see what else we got. again, I have a bunch of these. All right, so Shira and I actually need one of these. I didn't pull any from a box and 10 sneak peek packs from last week, but yeah, glad to finally have at least one Shira. Gauge Neospace. Second Ultra, also the Earth Channeler, very good card as well. Plays really well with funny enough, the Vernisylphs. These cards are going to be insane next set. They just all have really powerful attacks, and I like their synergy with Indulge. So, Grand Tusk Dragon, card would have been good. I think 2016 at the very latest, but not very good now. So, that is A-okay. Lady Rose Diamond, very good card as well. We still had one Brilliant Fusion and more than one Master Diamond. I think that might have been Action Reel, good card as well. Alrighty, Eternia. Jet looks like it has. Oh, that was just some dust or whatever. So again, you guys will see all of these things for sale for the most part on the TCG Player shop. Be sure to use our affiliate link in the description. It really helps the channel, of course. Scareclaw Straddle, good card for the deck. The Link 1 for Scareclaw, oh my goodness, it's the reason to play like the Tri-Brigade Sprite version of the deck, I think. That card's so good. Kit Kalos, there we go. First Kit Kalos in the set. Need plenty of those. Anyway, the Lightheart, really, really good since you can just pitch like Nerval, add Karis, Fractal, or whatever you want. And then go into a Link 1, automatically combos with Frigid. Good card to have. It's also good in Scareclaw, but no one plays that deck. And Vernisylph, not Vernisylph. Oh, just any deck where you play Visa Star Frost, because that card is also part of the materials. I don't know if I part itself. Sprite Blue, there we go. First box, alrighty. Goddamn, $92 last I checked on TCG Player. Kind of crazy. Yeah. Throw it over there. But yeah, all the good cards. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and throw. Go. I'm going to throw Kit Close in his sleep as well, because we actually need these. So, yeah. I think the last I checked, good card too. Sprite Blue was like 92 from when I checked about an hour ago, and what else was up there? Oh, Primeval Planet Polarino was like 80 something because we have chase cards. Ultimate Slayer's like 51 on TCG Player, and that's basically where the value drops off. Everything else is like $20 or under. So Chase Secrets. So box 1, Favorite Contact. So pretty good. Got the Busted Secret. Got a kind of a garbage secret. Looks good though. I love Elden Ring. This is exactly what it looks like. One of the bosses. It's like 4 ultras. Not a bad opening. Sprite Blue single-handedly carried it, of course, but that's kind of to be expected. So that was box number 1. Get out of here. Box number 2. Bless the pulls, because we need a Starlight in here too. They are extremely low in terms of price right now. I don't think they're any more than 400, and it probably should be a little bit more. I'm going to Sylph Corolla, like the Corolla. I'm not sure. I'd like to Toyota car. Yeah, there's Chiron. So we'll upload highlights on here, but otherwise I'm literally just trying to get this done as quickly as possible because a box is long enough, a case is long, way too long, 3 cases a little bit too long. Eventually we'll be opening up like 7 to 10 cases every set, but it's like at least 2 years down the road, I think. Spirit of Neos, this card looks cool. I really like the art. It'd make a good mat. I don't know if it's a mat in the OCG, I don't remember, but I think if it were a mat here in the TCG, it'd be pretty nice. Same with the regional mats, those look really nice. Sprite starter, good card, of course. Excuse me if there are any fans or any background noises. Strictly Utopian Aura, cool card. Excuse the background noise. I have a bunch of fans going on right now, and maintenance outside is currently working on lawn care. Kind of what it is. Sprite Jet, cool. Good card to get. I think this is it's like a. As far as like okay. Good. I think this would be good with like Hieratics or something. I don't know. I don't remember the. Oh, it's like fine. Okay. Could play that in something like theoretically like Sprite. I don't think it's good to play in that deck, but you could. Favorite Contact, another one of these. We will not be twerking. Though that would be quite funny. We got people who want to buy the Exo Sister stuff already. Exo Sister and Ultimate Slayer. But, yeah. Sprite Jet. I think we only have 2 Chirons so far. But I know we'll have a bunch of copies of all the supers. Corolla. So I'm hoping, I want to see Pearl of Reno sooner rather than later. Speaking of Reno Heart. Fantastic Ultra. That's hype. Heart. I did pull one of these from my boxes from Sneak Peek, so I don't need any more of these personally, but I know the team will need them. I don't remember if the Starlight takes the spot of Hollows. I actually don't watch box openings whatsoever. I just kind of look at ratio spreadsheets. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. Don't really think about it, so it does. Also, it's our second one from the case. Nice, nice. And Albaz the Ashes. So 2 fine secrets, nothing spectacular. And then some pretty good ultras, actually. Xbox. So we got 3 boxes in. Well, 2 boxes completed so far. This is our 3rd. Get these out of here. I have to make a whole spreadsheet on which cards we get. So it's going to be a lot of effort, but that's not how it is. Morris. The new card that works with these is really cool. Sprite Elf, first copy. Go. We need a bunch of these for both tier and Sprite, because the card's quite good in tournaments. Moment indeed. I don't know why they printed that card, honestly. Sprite Elf is like, people are like, oh well, Gigantic Sprite is insane because it gets any level 2 from the deck, but I think the reason why you play it is because of Elf. It's, I will not answer that question. I have no idea. At all. Irregular. I also pulled one of those for my sneak peek packs, not my box. My box is like fine. Carry on. Contact, one of the bad pulls. That is a-okay. Actually, this card's like not bad at all. I think it's gonna maybe eventually replace Instant Fusion. Not in like tier, because obviously you play Instant Fusion always in that deck, which is just like a generic like Ready Fusion, something like that. Yeah, I have no idea what everyone else pulled at my locals. Simply because I don't talk to anyone at locals. I get my packs and leave. Because I just want to pull stuff. Oh, this is the first one. So the Schiff. It's cool. Anagram of fish. So if you want to be dumb and use the stupid goatee meme, fish, fairy of the fish. First play set of Chiron, so we'll need like 3 or 4 more sets. I don't know if it's just me. I did not pull a single Chiron for my stuff, and it just seems like it's one of the weirdest cards to pull. Very few copies. So I don't get it. Good card to pull as well. Not worth anything really, but again, these cards are kind of crazy. Adds any Vertisilk and special ones in Earth from the graveyard, including itself. Yeah, so yeah, this is one of the issues, that there's a lot of corner damage on some of these, but hopefully we won't get that for a Starlight, especially if they put that near the middle. Vertisilk's very good cards. Kind of crazy how much synergy they have with Medolce, because they're all Earth Fairies and only use Medolce effects already. So, Kurikara, Divicarnate, regional mat. I really want that regional mat. Will earn it, but cool card. Really like it. Not worth anything really. Quite good art overall. Eternia. Jam. Or no, Jam, Dragon Drive. Got both the Fieldstone, Dragon Driver, Punk Jam. This uses 2 or more of them, something like that. And then also the Earth Channeler again. That's kind of crazy. Actually, I think it's our 3rd one we pulled, something like that. Also really good with Medolce and Vertisilk. Card's very busted because it can search any of the cards in the deck, and it doesn't matter if you're locked into Earth or not. So, next box. is box number 4. So we're almost a third of the way through. Cleanup is gonna be fun from this. Too many goddamn packs. I think that's our 3rd or 4th. Wrong engage. Again, if the cards were like cheaper, all the Rika cards were a little bit cheaper, I would probably pick it up. I just have no reason to play that deck. Second Kiklos, fantastic. So now we have, we're just missing Perlarenos and, what else? Oh, Rain of Hearts. Card's actually quite good. Another Kaleido Heart. They're all hollows, it's alright. Second Rado Heart, very good. And the first Paces, Light of the Goji. That's cool. They're all cool. It's not a worthwhile ultra. Con. Staring Contest. Plenty of Melty cards in here too. Red Tusk. Straddle. Bad Ultra. And Wave. Diamond. There it is. First, Primeval Planet Perlareno. Perfect. So, need a little more Kaleido Heart, 2 more Perlarenos for the first core. Quartz. next box. Third of the way through with case number 1. Snip the top of that box. Nope, not at all. Gigantic Sprite, first one. Very cool. Contact. They are in a regular, very cool. Spirit Neos. Circular, that completes my set. Because I did pull one from my sneak peek kits. Get close. Good ultra so far. Fine, like okay to fine secret. Nothing earth shattering. Perfect. Way after this box, I will take a short break. Spray Elf, second one. Perfect. Should have one more secret in this box. I think one more ultra. I'm not positive. Martha. First Martha of the case. Kind of interesting. I did pull one from Sneak. Dragon Drive. Cool. Right. Alrighty. think maybe after this box, I will get a trash bag ready for all that stuff. Do another brief intermission. Listen, we'll see. Avarice, not good to pull, but here's what it is. Circular. That's the Ashen. Ashura King, first one. Not very good, but they have to have bad secrets in this set. Yeah, so literally just does not matter. I guess it's a negate for like rank 3s, but I don't think you'd ever summon that card. Third Reno Heart. There we go. Cat's looking over here trying to see what's going on. Cover herself. Feels thicker than normal. Weird. Alright. Phone call. Favorite contact. Dragon Drive. Martha. Here. And circular. So let's see. I think we had, yeah, like okay pulls at best. Mostly just some Martha and Reno Heart. Okay. So, alright, I'm going to do a brief intermission again. Sorry, guys. And pick some of this trash up because there's a lot. Didn't realize how much packaging there is for not even half a case. Alright, one more, you guys. Alrighty, we are back. Just had to throw all the packs in the case because I want to minimize how much stuff I have to do later. Because I have to take inventory for this stuff. And, get some deck profiles out for you guys. So it's gonna be fun. This is the season to be in the game, especially after Nats. It was kind of a mess of a format, to be honest. Still think the format could be fixed a little more, but grab some of those packs. Alrighty. There we go. Start with an irregular. Very cool. Graver. Scavenger. Card is pretty good. Spring Elf. Perfect. Yes. Shiren. Spoiler. Not a bad secret. Only one sprite blue so far. I guess that's like relatively normal. I think there's clumping with that card. I wouldn't be surprised if it were just heavily clumped. I know people say that there are no short prints, but quite honestly, I don't find that reasonable to assume that Konami's being truthful about that. But that is fine. So here we go. Jet. I think we have like 5 copies of those now. Another jet, cool. If we do have 5 copies, we have 6. Moria Avarice. What the heck is this? That is crazy. Yo, the printer must have run out of ink or something. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. I'm actually going to sleeve that. I really like that misprint. That's insane. QC is awful, but I actually really like that misprint. That's awesome. I'll have to make a post about that on Zodiac or something. That's really cool. Just ink blotting. Looks like it ran dry more so. Something. check all the Gemini cards now. I've been getting a bunch of them. Seems like the deck really wants me to play it. I think you can play the Vernicelf actually in this deck, maybe. Green Tusk. This card's very good in Ogdoadic, whatever it's called, Snake deck. Another Perloreno, let's go. Low key save the box. $20 by the way. I can't believe people were pre-selling it for that. Yeah, they're crazy. They are indeed crazy. Alright. Circular, I think it's our fourth one, third or fourth. Do not know offhand. Gigantic Sprite, good pull. So I have almost all the Sprite cards. You're just missing 2 blue. And I still have to get a totally awesome friend. Yeah, that's my webcam. That's kind of how it is. We're working on getting another camera, but in the meantime, kind of how it is. Let's throw these over here. Try to avoid using my phone to stream or do anything like that, record, because it just overheats so quickly, especially in higher definitions. Freeze burn is that OCG players will just cut the tops of their packs. You can do it with these new packs too, but I don't recommend it. It's often just easier to open them the way they're meant to. And that's our first light card, actually. Interesting. I don't know if that's like short printed or what. I have not seen a lot of people pull that card, and I have never. That is our first one out of what, 6 boxes so far, almost 6. I think this is the 7th, something like that. That's kind of crazy. We've seen more Perlorenos than that. There's some contacts, and now we play a set of that card. Definitely think blue is clumped. First Garura, there we go. Do need plenty of these. This card is very good. Not broken, but an extremely good card. When you're playing tier, you need to play that card. Yeah, now that I see it, the card would have been really good in like 2014 just to tribute summon. Even if it was mostly unsearchable, but it would have been a much better effect then or in Blue Eyes. Actually, could use this in Hieratis in 2014, summon it off of Ironic Dragon King of the Tomb. That would have been pretty cool. Play a bunch of 8s, or a couple of 8s, make it a rank 8 turbo. Even though the only really good rank 8 was Heliopolis then, that deck. Or Blue Eyes could have just used that anyway, probably. King, not good. I think that's our 5th Sharon. It's good. Need more. Sprite starter, there we go. So, not the greatest box, but still fine. It would suck if I didn't have so many boxes, though. If that were my only box, I'd be a little bit upset. Usually it equalizes out. Last row. This is box, what, number 9? 8? 9? So this is number 9. This box is kind of fell apart. That's funny. I don't know, some people pull packs all day as far as like their YouTube. I would not be able to do that consistently. It is, I'm not going to say it's boring because it's nice to see ratios as you're pulling everything, but doing it as like your primary focus of your channel, I could not do that. Especially if that's like 90% of your content, just pack openings and stuff. Could not do it. Garura, there we go. Plenty of these. My cats is checking out what's going on. Both of them are, well, the two that have come over here are kind of being weird. first Ultimate Slayer in our case. There it is. I have pulled the card. Looks very, very nice. And once this case is done, I'll take a brief intermission as well to get everything sorted out and open up my space a little bit more, and then we'll go from there. We'll get on to the second case and see what else we can do. We've still got quite a few boxes. Still have 3 boxes after this one. Second Light Heart. Pretty good. Crazy that we've only pulled one. There's our second set of Shinrin. Only one Sprite Blue. Not worried about it because again we have 3 cases anyway. But yeah. Again, I know the cases have been just kind of crazy. So some people have been getting just like nothing from their cases. Some people have been getting insane pulls. Don't know what this one will be. First box will be my favorite. Bright blue, but the double Pearl Areno. It's quite nice. We need those for deck profiles tonight. It's like our 7th Sprite Jet, something like that, 6th or 7th. I don't think we're going to pull a Starlight in this case, or even the next one. I think maybe the 3rd one we might, but not this one. Because they've been, again, just strange ratios. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's crazy. Must have been UPS shipping. Oh, these are upside down. What the hell? These are all upside down. It's weird. Wonder what, just like that. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. Circular. Honestly, I might actually try the OCG. If I can find my scissors. I'll do that for the next case. I'll try just cutting them open. Might be a little bit quicker. Oh, there we go. Got them. I'm going to try from the next box. I think I will. Just to see. It'd be hilarious if this were like a misprint box where it only had supers. Oh my god, that'd be so awful. We know it's not, but that would be crazy. Yeah, when I open cases like this, I just don't care. I just want to get them all open. spend more time than I have to on this. Heart. I think this is like one of the easiest secrets to get. I think it's that and instant contact. We've had the most pulls so far. Something like that. Also the Earth Channeler. I think it's our 4th one. Pretty good. It's like our 8th Sprite Jet. I think we've had, 2 Gigantic Sprite, 3 Elf, just 1 Blue, and then a bunch of Jets, and I think 2 starters so far. I'm going to break down the case ratios, kind of note everything each time. I think it's our 7th Chiron? I don't know. Lost track already. It's like one of those. I feel like Goaty might have some potential in the future. It's hard to play them right now, just with everything else. But maybe in the future. They feel like Crystron a little bit. Incarnate. So that's our 3rd one. Yeah. Dimmical Lido. Kind of crazy. Card looks really good though. I don't know if it's like a good side this format. I don't know. I'll have to test it more. Looks very cool though, like I said before. So it's like our 4th one, I think. I'll grab scissors and see if that OCG trick kind of works with TCG packs. A little bit easier with OCG packs because they have fewer cards, so their seal is a little bit tighter. Yeah, all right, I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, 11th box. Yeah, so just went through the 10. Okay, cool. Thank goodness. It's cool to open up cases, but this is very, very tedious. I've done it before, just not for my own game. My own game once I used to work at a card shop. Immediately not going to use those. That was not fun. It's just stressful. Don't damage the cards at all. Sprite. What's our 3rd one? Yeah, 3rd one. starter finally. Those. Kind of interesting. Probably should know them, but I actually don't know the ratios offhand for everything. I don't know if any of these have clumped. But, I guess we'll continue to see. It's like our 8th Sprite Jet. It's crazy. The card has been so easy to pull compared to everything else. Karura. Third Karura. Nice to see a Perlarino here. At least Perlarino, I don't care as much about getting Sprite blue, but I would like to get that third Perlarino to at least be able to play the deck in person. That'd be the better deck to pick up. They're both really good pickups, though. Sprite and Tears are crazy. Very, very pushed. I think it's our 3rd playset, I hope. Too many commons and everything to count. Anticipating. Place of that. I haven't pulled the Synchro in a while. We pulled that box 1 plus Sprite Blue. That was cool. Speaking of which, goddamn, there it is. 2nd Sprite Blue. Let's go. What a savior. Now we need one more Perlarino and one more Sprite Blue to play these decks. Perfect. Good box. Very good box. And last box of case number 1. No Starlights. I'm sure we're not going to get a Starlight in this. But I'm not worried about that because I would never bank on getting those cards. It's just about accumulating a bunch of cards for later on. That is always my goal. It is not to go for high ticket items. That is not how you build a collection in this game. That is not how you build a storefront. Ultra. That's plenty of people. Opinion for that. Used to work for a company that did that. A very famous one you guys may know and had gone under a couple, about a year and a half ago. Used to have their own card game. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Alrighty. Gadget Gamer is also a very good card. I've neglected to say anything about Morphtronic cards. They are very, very cool. Telephone, as you guys know, probably know it's busted, but the rest of the cards are also really nice. Gadget Gamer is like a +1, I think, especially ones in Morphtronic, or adds a level 1 machine, so Telephone, especially Gadget Gamer, not Gadget Gamer, Gadget whatever from the deck. Hauler, there we go. The card's 15 years old at this point. It was like 13 or something. I think it came out in Crossroads of Chaos, which I think was 2009. That Garuda. guys. Another Kaleido card. That's crazy. Wow. This card absolutely loves me. This is my most pulled secret now. Something like that. Again, I guarantee there are no Starlights in this box. Well, yes, this box. And for the case, again, ratios have just been everywhere. I'm looking for the misprint cards. Honestly, those are really cool. That Lady Rose Diamond is really, really cool. There it is. Rhino Heart. I think this is our fourth one, which is good. I want as many of these as possible. I think that and Kikolos. I think Rhino Heart overall is the one to really go up in price once the stack performs well. Circular. I haven't pulled that in a while. Second. It's our 10th Shiren. Sprite Starter. Cultivated Ultra. Chance to start an act up again. That's funny. What are you guys doing? Second to last pack. Oh, I didn't consider it spent earlier. Okay. And it's a Sprite Blue. Good luck, apparently. Let's go. That's the play set in all the same box. Alrighty. Yeah, that was worth it. Last pack. It won't be a secret and maybe an ultra, but it won't be a secret. Let's see. Super. Yep. That was beautiful. Alright, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and clean up. We will be right back with the second case and just kind of go from there. I will be right back. And we're back. Alrighty, kids. Let's go ahead and get this case opened. Let's see what we pull. Again, I don't think we're getting a Starlight, but last case was pretty good, actually. Got a playset of sprites. Every single card in that theme. Everything for tier except for the third Perlareno. So that is A-okay. Let's see how this one goes. After this, we will be pausing the stream. We'll be ending it overall. We'll be pausing, opening the cases, and we have some things to do for the night. Third one, we may end up recording or streaming. We're not sure quite yet, but we'll let you guys know. Okay. And so, case ratios for the last one, they're not the worst. They're actually pretty good. 3 Sprite Blue. Right, first secret is Kaleido Heart. I think I pulled 4 or 5 of those last case. So 3 Blue, 2 Perlareno, 2 Martha, 2 Ashura King. What else? 1 Ultimate Slayer. What else is notable? 4 Elf, 4 Gigantic, 4 Starter, which is really interesting. Just to see how many of those we got. You know, like pretty equal ratios, honestly. 2 of this guy from the last case. I think he was the least full ultra, which is really interesting. I'm not sure why. Because I feel like they might make that theme good eventually. There's a lot of busted cards. They just don't do enough. Their cards are either really good or really bad, and they have fewer really good cards compared to really bad cards. The point being that all their extenders are kind of garbage, but Rykart is really good. Lisa Starfrost is fine. I do like that card a lot, though. I just don't think it's great for most decks, but Rykart draws you 1 after searching, so it's literally engage. You have to have a bunch of defense position monsters. And Link 3 is also really, really good, but that's about where it ends there, unfortunately. You can't play the Witch Tribe Brigade, which is kind of cool. I'm just curious to see what they do with that theme, because I'm always interested in the first wave of cards they make, just to see kind of where the starting line is for the new lore themes. I'm excited for all the lore themes. I think the Shakshi Law cards are really cool. And, Fenrir is broken. Not actually broken, it's just a really good card. I definitely overuse broken now. Definitely good. Martha, go. Sleeve her up. So that is the playset of Martha from these cases, which is fine. Cards just... I was talking with Shamar about this yesterday. If all the Exo Sisters had her effect, so I didn't realize originally, other than the special from hand and special summon from deck is really good. I didn't realize it has a different moving, if a card moves from the graveyard, it has a different effect than the others. Didn't realize it wasn't just your opponent. I thought it had the same effect as the others. It does not. It's if any card is moved from any graveyard by any player. So you can trigger it yourself, rather than having to have your opponent do something, so it makes them a lot less reactive, and a lot more proactive. If all of the Exo Sisters had that effect, I feel like they'd be much better, but honestly, it's just that deck's hard carried by Shifter and Martha. That's it. Kind of the only reasons to play the deck, and that's just how it is. I mean, it's good when you draw a Shifter and you're unaffected by it. Effectively, that's how Fluwandereeze wins right now. But eventually, maybe they'll get rid of that card, and we won't have to worry about that. I think Exo Sister is still okay to play. It's just kind of a very fine intro deck to the game, or to the meta at the very least. If you don't want to spend money on a sprite deck or a tier deck, because Sprite is quite expensive, especially if you're playing the Adventure variant. No Starlights yet, but I don't anticipate one until at least maybe the third case. But if we don't pull any, that's fine. Probability-wise, we are pretty likely to get one at some point. So, and hopefully my internet doesn't go out because there's a Florida storm starting. Because of course there is. I mean, the Tampa Bay area, and we get storms quite often. Knocked our internet out the other day. Didn't help because we are still moving. We were moving at the time, so kind of sucked. We didn't have internet. My phone's been out for a couple days. Some service issues, so how it is. But Yu-Gi-Oh keeps me strong. So not a good box at all, unfortunately. But we'll keep going. And it's no problem whatsoever. Let's see. So box number 1. Move these. Gotta throw all these damn commons in the bulk boxes. I had to purchase a couple of bulk boxes to keep everything together. This one, again, 70 something, 7,500 plus cards from all 3 cases. So kind of a lot. Box number 2. Alright, one moment. We're gonna open this pack and then be right back, you guys. Alright, anyway, sorry about that, guys. Just had to make sure my internet wasn't going out from the storm. It's not good, but it's a secret, so I'll take it. I don't think cards are worth too much. Really cool, actually, generic card, though. Just the fact that you can negate. It's like Solemn Strike. It doesn't negate summons. I think Strike is still better overall. But it is cool that that card does exist. It's another option. Especially for all 2 kind of fairy players left in the game. Sprite. Favorite cranberry flavored Friends. Or 10th or 11th Sprite jet. I didn't count the supers. I did count the ultras and secrets though, because they are the most important. I'm actually gonna try this. It doesn't really matter just because there's so few each per box. But the ultras and secrets, the supers separated. So you're most likely to get those. Most likely to least likely. Regular, very good card for Tearlament because it is a Mud Dragon of the Swamp target. There it is. The playset. Let's go. And I can play that deck and show a profile for you guys with Tearlament. And there's Thunderstorm. Still good luck. Very good luck. once I figure out the space a little more, I'll also probably expand kind of the area of what I can show on stream, but right now we're kind of cramped, trying to get everything figured out. It would be most optimal for both YouTube recording, regular gaming, regular content creation, and all of my side jobs and hobbies, mainly with graphic design. Okay, if you guys want to support us in TCG Player, link is in the description of our videos, both the shop, player store, OzoneTCG of course, and our affiliate link. Garura, we'll sleeve that. There's still a lot of cards that I actually will need to sleeve, but I'm just getting the most valuable cards sleeved first. If you guys hear thunder, I don't know if you guys can. My microphone probably won't pick it up since I have it way behind me. But yeah, so box number 2. This is the last pack for box number 2. Let's see, spray check. Perfect. Alrighty. Box number 2, of course. And then get box number 3 up and ready. I have a system in place to get all these open as quickly as possible. I still have to put a bunch of these on the TCG Player store. Looks like the lights were just dipping, so we may experience some interruptions. I'm not quite sure. There's Kaleido Heart. Oh my goodness, this card loves me. Good card. You don't need more than one in the deck. You just never summon it. You can summon it back with Kitkalos, and you can recycle Kitkalos, add Infinitum. Reason to ever play more than one. And the Lucaros in Darkwing Blast is only one of as well, because again you can summon it and Infinitum. Plus you can't use Kaleido Heart as fusion material. So really you're only getting it back off of Kitkalos. But it does trigger summon off of Kitkalos, which is really cool. So send Kitkalos, buy Kaleido Heart Chainlink 1. Structure that way, or Chainlink 2, Chainlink 1, Kaleido, Chainlink 2, Kitkalos. Really, really cool. Actually, I might just put some of the hollows from all these boxes together. I don't think I'll remove them after this box. I'll just move the commons over. Get them off this table. So I don't know if you guys saw the cool Satellar Knight playmat plus all the cards kind of arranged around the playmat. I'm going to do that with Yang Zing because that is one of my favorite themes in the game. And one of the few themes in Dual Terminal with a multitude of playmats. Very few themes actually have that. But specifically the Yang Zing one just looks really, really nice, and I want to memorialize it and something like that. Put some of my Ulti Yang Zing cards in there, Ulti Vaksha and Ulti Z. And yeah, some contacts, and not a good box unless we happen to get a third. Hoping to get a third secret, which is very unlikely considering the trend is only 2 and 4 ultras. But again, instant contact. I'm actually okay with getting again because it's I think eventually going to be playable in a meta deck because it is again quite literally instant fusion or ready fusion, and Neospatians have all their basically the same level ranges as Instant Fusion, Ready Fusion, minus the good parts that you can use their effects. I was worried about that. I just got very few of them for my sneak peek packs in the box. That was a little annoying when I got them because I was like, just have the one. Now we have plenty. Pack for box number 3 of case 2. Ooh, this be super. Yep, good super though. Very good spread actually. Alright, box number 4. These seals are very loose, and I have no idea why. Kind of weird. They used to be extremely tight back in the day, but now they tend to package them quite poorly. I think that's just part of the quality control. One of the few things that people tend to not talk about. They're always like, oh, it's Konami printing the cards, but they actually don't print the cards at all. What they do is hire or contract out a print group. So in the case of Pokemon, Millennium Print Group has been printing Pokemon cards for a while now. I think for at least probably 8 years, 10 years maybe. Konami, there's an Ultimate Slayer, let's go. Good pull. Konami contracts a printing company. Now we don't know which one exactly because it's private business information apparently. Pokemon and Magic have made theirs public, but they actually contract out a print company who supplies all the cards. They're the ones who print it, and the reason why QC has been so poorly, just from what I know about how printing works, having been in a printing company before, Konami's just signing off on, hey, you guys need to make X amount of cards in X amount of time. Here are all the digital files for it. Print these, get them done as quickly as possible, and as little cost as possible. So all of the misprints we've been getting, it's not intentional. They're not intentionally saying, hey, screw it, let's just throw them out there. They just don't want to have to pay more, which kind of sucks. And they've never really done a recall on cards, unlike Pokemon and Magic. But it is very rare for companies to care about anything but the bottom line. Magic and Pokemon have a little bit different histories for that, but Konami, they are doing exactly what they've been doing since the beginning, in that they only care about costing the least, which is why they got rid of stuff like Ghost Rares for a while and brought them back, but only for a few sets. Yeah, the point is that it's not directly Konami's fault. They sign off on it saying this is fine. Oh my goodness, that's really good. To get one of the completely blank cards. That's cool. I'm actually going to set these aside. And that's very rare. So that can happen too. It's a test print. Really hard to get those actually. Very, very rare. I've actually never had that happen to me before. It's good that it's a common spot. But yeah, the Konami signs off on it, but they're not the ones physically, hiring people to produce the cards. It's the print companies who have their own employees, and they just print for a bunch of places, and that's all they do. And they're not only, of course, like I said, they're not working for only Konami. They are not Konami's pet. They're not owned by Konami. They just are contractors for Konami. They have contract work and pay their employees however they pay them, whatever, W-2 probably. But they are not Konami employees. There are relatively few Konami employees at the company, considered, at least for the, like the Yu-Gi-Oh division. Very few people actually run the Yu-Gi-Oh card game in places other than Japan. Japan, it's a different story because visual entertainment, KD in Japan is a different beast entirely. Throw that in there. Yeah. So basically, You can blame Konami for signing off on the QC because the print company does not want to have to reprint a bunch of cards they don't need to, if they're not paid to. But it's not Konami printing the cards themselves. It is very rare for a lot of companies to own the print equipment because it is very, very expensive. Millennium Print Group is a multi-million-dollar setup, and that's even before paying employees their base wages and any kind of insurance benefits package, anything like that. Pokemon is the biggest multimedia franchise, single multimedia franchise in the world, and that is why they're doing it first. Magic does not do it, as far as I'm aware. I know they, at least in the U.S., I think they may do that. There's a printer in Texas that does it, or they get them directly from whatever supply they have. I know in Europe they go Cartamundi, which is the same printer that Yu-Gi-Oh uses, which is why the ink is a little bit darker for Yu-Gi-Oh. Picolos, fantastic. But otherwise, it is not Konami who owns the printer. It is not technically their fault directly for the printing capabilities. So secrets so far, we've gotten quite a bit. Elephant Slayer, Kaleido Heart, Instant Contact. Let's see from previous ones. Exosister Martha. Another Kaleido Heart. Let's see from previous one. Perloreno and Draco Utopian Aura. So kind of in the middle, I would say, for pulls. Kaleido Heart really likes me. I'm not really sure why. I guess it's just my luck. This is probably the 6th or 7th Kaleido Heart I've pulled. So, and it is dropping in value, but that is 100% fine. Let's see. 1 second. Leave it open. Ready. Oops, try to take these away. All the commons go in the bulk boxes. So then again, after we're done with this case, this is box number 4 out of 12. After this, we will be done for the day and make some deck profiles. We got a bunch of content coming up. It's going to be so much. Got events to go to. A lot to do in the meantime. Yeah, especially just the way the European market is. Just because there are overall fewer people buying. And they're the people who can get products consistently. I'm not going to say they control the market, but it is very hard to get into the market, especially with European tax laws, which is cool. I'd rather have European tax laws over here, but the cards are just cheaper to get. It's way easier to actually get cards in Europe. Gigantic Sprite, very cool. But yeah. But Cartamundi tends to be cheaper than the American printers. Because I think the ones in the U.S., I know they just printed or opened up another printing center in the U.S. for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or they contracted, subcontracted, whatever, another one, which is why we have, partially why we have kind of a weird QC for American prints, but the main one they've been using, that Konami's been contracting for a while, like almost a decade at this point, is in Texas. And they ship from a bunch of different places. People on TikTok have been kind of showing how the inside works, both for Magic, for all Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, anything like that. just cool to see how everything works. I just know how a lot of the printing subcontracting works. So I worked for a printing company for a while, and they all do the same thing roughly. They're all pretty much the same. Only difference is speed and efficiency and quality as far as like design work goes. But otherwise, it's really hard to invest in Yu-Gi-Oh though right now. Slayer, very nice. Really hard to invest in Yu-Gi-Oh compared to something like Pokemon. It's a lot less recognizable than Pokemon Magic, especially Pokemon in the world and then Magic in the U.S. Because Magic in the U.S. is far more popular than in Europe. Stuff like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh are much more popular abroad compared to America. Because a lot of people here in the U.S. are collecting Pokemon rather than playing the game itself. Though the game itself is actually very, very fun. I do actually play the game competitively. Yeah. There's just a lot to talk about with the inner workings of Konami and the printing process. Which is why, so the way Pokemon and Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh have switched to is called allocation. For those who don't know, allocation is when suppliers, distributors of the suppliers will take a tally of what people think their market will be. So say that I'm a game store, I think my player base will want 10 cases of Power V elements, for example. You have to write that down with the distributors, and usually the distributors will have an order minimum. So usually, I don't know what it is for the big ones now. A couple of years ago it was much lower just because people were purchasing less. But now, say you want 10 cases Garura, okay, I'll take it for that box. So, fine box. They'll take allocation. Oh, is it? Maybe it's been growing, I don't know. That'd be really cool though. I don't play Magic or anything. I don't know a whole lot about it as far as playing, but definitely a better, if you're going to buy long term, Pokemon Magic, 100% better. And that's just kind of how it is. I think it'll always be better just because Wizards is owned by one of the biggest toy companies ever. They know, and they are also public about what they do for a lot of the things for their shareholders. But, it's basically Konami has always operated on we will keep as little information public as possible. Unless we absolutely need to share something, then we will not share it. And kind of things that have come to light over the past couple of years, just on the short printings, it's a whole issue. Again, I'm always on the side that they didn't really ever take away. We still have had very expensive cards, and that's not just been from the market. Just being greedy about it, because I don't really care about that particularly. Just people not opening as many products maybe, but I think the main thing is that they're still short printing it. They just made another version of short printing because we still see very expensive cards. Let's see. Alright. I just want another Perlarino. Another Perlarino, a couple more sprites. We pull a Starlight, I'm going to try and move that for either Sprite Blues or Perlarinos. I have a playset of Martha, the old woman name. But, no. Yeah, now I have a playset of Ultimate Slayer. That's cool. Bunch of Sprite cards. Speaking of which, I think it's my 6th Sprite Elf, something like that. Very cool. check which box we're actually on. I actually lost count. We're talking about prints, everything. Ashura King, garbage, secret. That is a-okay. Martha and Ashura King. It's kind of a dead box. So maybe it's the ultras will save it. I'm actually impressed that I was able to get the first case open completely in about an hour and 15 minutes. I have not opened a case in a while. Again, never opened it for my own personal collection or for the store or anything, but when I used to work in a card shop, I would do this sometimes. Not fun when you have to do it for someone else, but I enjoy owning my own store and being able to own my own products now. I think it's just a better way to do it. Well, eventually, I don't ever want to open a brick and mortar store, but I do need to contact a few more distributors. I've been mostly barring people who have just online only stores from obtaining partnerships with them. Because a lot of people just buy products for their own personal collection rather than trying to consistently buy for their store. I am not one of those people. I would buy for the store because I don't play the game a whole lot. At least in person. I play a lot more online just because it's a little bit more convenient for me right now with my life situation. But once you get a little bit older, you tend to not have as much time to go places, and you'd rather spend time with family. So it's kind of how it is. But I do want to play in person a lot more because I like the decks that are out, even if they are a little bit too good. Maybe eventually playing bigger events. So Zero Sprite Blues, I think we have one, Pearl of Reno, be my third one. Maybe we'll get one or another Sprite Blue in this box. We are on box number, 7? Yeah, 7 of 12. It's a little bit more than halfway. Feels like it's been way shorter. Gigantic Sprite, very good. I actually have to get more sleeves. Did not anticipate having all these sleeves required. Definitely underestimated it, actually. Pull ratios aren't super bad. Just not as good as I wish, but that's kind of how it always is. It's really hit or miss with these. So maybe eventually I'll stream on, maybe on Twitch. I would rather do YouTube because I'd rather be monetized through YouTube, since I like their platform a little bit more than Twitch, and Twitch is just hard to be a streamer on there now, or maybe stream on TikTok. I don't like using TikTok as a platform. I don't like the data policies. I also don't like how addictive it is, but it is a fantastic platform for building an audience now. Developers of TikTok have spent millions, maybe even billions of dollars on researching human psychology to get you on the platform and to stay on TikTok as long as possible. So it's really hard to actually scroll away or stay off of the platform once you're wrapped in. And that is exactly what's meant to do. It's exactly why YouTube and Instagram and Facebook all have the same things, or their equivalents as much as they can. I think TikTok just does it better though, just because they give you better editing tools, so people tend to stay on there. Also, it's kind of the first one to really popularize that. But very dangerous app to actually be on. Again, both for your mental health and then data policies. But very good for those who want to plug products, who want to monetize after I still want to do affiliate marketing, stuff like that. Which we do affiliate marketing for TCG Player, but I also love TCG Player as a platform, just because it's a really good platform overall. Absolute dead box, that's fine. Sprite cards are cool. Yeah, it's hard to compete with other platforms. Cool. I think this card will eventually be like $30 to $40 once the Ishizu cards are out. I think the market's also kind of wrong about blue. I don't think it should be that high, but we'll probably see it dip a little bit once the Ishizu cards are out. We'll have to see how expensive those are too. Full ratios on that. I have no idea about them. So maybe kind of crazy. The Earth Channel. I think that's my 5th or 6th one. I'm not actually too worried about pulling that card. It is a very good card though. Very cool. Alright. Second box, or last box of the second layer. They organize them in 2x2, 3 layers of 2x2 to give you 12 boxes with these cases. I haven't seen a case in forever. Maybe we'll pull a Starlight, but again, I'm not counting on it. I just want to see Perlareno. Just want to see Perlareno and Sprite Blue. That's all. I'll have to put on music or something. I don't have anything lined up, and there it is, Perlareno. Beautiful. God, this card looks so good. Love it. The card is just so busted. Havnis, Kid Kolos, Perlareno, all just such pushed cards. It's great. I love it. Messed up on that. It would be really interesting if I didn't get any Sprite Blues in this case. We still have another layer to go, but it'd be really cool. And by cool, I mean unfortunate. I think it's my 4th one, which is kind of weird. So, the crazy thing is that it adds the Scareclaw Field Spell, which gets another Scareclaw or Visa Starfrost. Just control Visa Starfrost special on it for free. This one's per duel, but one per duel just doesn't even matter. Effectively, didn't have any restrictions. It's, any real restrictions for the Fire Brigade is kind of nutty. I don't know why they did it that way. And the camera's still blurry. I think it's just failings of my webcam. That's kind of how it is. I can't view chat otherwise, unless I use just my webcam. So we'll improve the quality eventually. I have to get more sleeves on so you can pick them up for my collection. Ultra. I love the art, actually. I normally don't like hero cards. I've said this quite a few times in videos before. I don't like heroes at all. I don't care for most of the Yu-Gi-Oh animes, or anime, whatever. But Tones of Hero Shining Mios Wingman looks really, really cool. That's all. It looks like we are probably not going to hit a Starlight. I think the next one we might, but next case that is, but not this one. Seems kind of unlikely, even with one layer left. So, Piccolo's perfect. I still need 2 more Pearl Arena for a second core. Otherwise, I have every single one of the other tier cards. I mean, besides Pearl Arena, the deck is very cheap. Again, if you guys don't have it, just please pick it up. You guys won't regret it at all. At worst, you just sell it later on with increase in value for Shizu stuff. But yeah, otherwise, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it to pick it up now. Decks are already really hard to play. It's going to get easier to play, I think, with these Shizu cards because they do a lot, but they also, because they do a lot, you have to like know how to play the mirror quite well. And the mirror it's not super difficult, but it's also not going to be a breeze. So this is box number, what, 9? Yeah, 9 of 12. Crazy, I waited so long for these cases too. It's freaking out about shipping because moving and trying to change my address was not easy. First pack. Looks like the pack trick doesn't work anymore unless I actually shuffle things around because usually it was the bottom. Bottom 2 packs that are the secrets. Or maybe they fixed it recently. I don't know. I wish they had Starlights as well. At least one Starlight, like a Starlight Kikkolos for Tier Limit. I have no idea why neither Sprite nor Tier Limit received a Starlight. Makes very little sense to me to not capitalize on the lengthy aspect. This pack feels a bit more dense. I don't know why. Weird. Maybe it was just that Grand Tusk. I don't know. One of the other supers was like way more dense, or felt way more dense than before. And some of the other packs is really strange. I can't remember what card it was though. It was a while ago. Regular. Be cool to get another one of those misprints. Those misprints are so cool. Both the white card and then like a blotched ink on the card. Oops. Card looks so nice. They did such a good job. They could have made that card a secret. Would have been just as fine. I'm glad they made a super though. Match some of the other Mystic Fighters cards. Check out our guide if you guys haven't already. A lot of nice information in there. Same with the Tier Limits guide. Kind of weird. I actually don't know how much this card is. Don't know how much it is at all. Don't think it's worth very much. Probably less than $5. Seeing very little play already. know I saw some people get like, I think someone got like 5 Starlights in 4 cases. That's just insane. I think one of them, I think the one case had like 2 or 3 Starlights, and it was like the first or second case from what they reported. That was just insane. Pays for more than half your cases. Well, maybe actually a little less, but pays for quite a bit of your cases is the point. That'd be really, really cool to get, but again, I do not ever bank on high roll cards like that. That is a kind of a fool's gambit to hope that you get those. Oh, you haven't gotten one of those in forever. This will be box 10 of 12. Get out of here. Kind of crazy too how the tournament cards are all mostly low rarity. I'm surprised that the traps are commons. Kind of cool. But makes it so they can upgrade the rarity later like they did with Nerval, Charger Nerval. I don't... Oh no, they only have secret rares for Revolt. But that's always easy to upgrade those. In 30 bucks already. Secret right there. Fine. Kind of a shitty secret, actually. But, again, that's 100% fine. I just wanted to get ratios, I want to get cores, so the rest later on. Also just how it's sitting. Regular chair. Does not do enough. Garbage. Oh, I only have 1 sleeve left. That's kind of crazy. It's probably my 4th or 5th play set of that card. Good to have. Probably end up keeping them. Even if we don't get something like a Starlight in this case, there's always a chance there are 2 in one case. Highly unlikely, but it is possible. Circular. We're gonna have a deck profile out later tomorrow-ish of an updated Math Mech build. Dead box. It's okay. So look out for that. We do want to have more deck profiles. We're trying to get them now that regionals with the new format, new metagame are happening. I'm most interested in seeing how well some of these super sell and some of the lower value ultras. I know that there's a lot of nostalgia in this set for a lot of the older cards. Ooh, good fold. Sprayed out. So for GX themes, a lot of support for that. A lot of good cards overall. But yeah. Glad to see there is that, and that people will buy those cards just because they look cool and they're pretty good actually. must, actually, maybe I can't see that one. Let's get this guy. There we go. Next box, 11 of 12 for this case. Whew, it's exhausting. Won't lie, very, very hard to keep going. My neck hurts. And on top of having moved for the past couple of days, and I just want to chill out. But do it for you guys, and for myself, kind of, because I want to see all these ratios. I want to stream all this stuff. Maybe we'll make a TikTok and stream on there next time. Well, that makes up for it. I will gladly take that. That's wonderful. We still need 2 more to make another core, but yeah, very good pull. Already saves the box entirely. Already saves the last box too, assuming there's like even a mediocre secret. I still can't believe I've said this before in this stream, but I still can't believe people were selling Pearl Arenas for $20. Even 40 seems a little low, but I don't remember. I think it was YGO Daily or Ideal 808 were selling them for 20, pre-selling on their early bird special for $20. You could get a playset of Pearl Arena for $60. That's way undervalued. Even if the card went down to $10, just wouldn't even matter. But getting them for 20 would have been insane. I may end up getting another core too of either tier or a Sprite on the side just to have extra cores. Thundering pretty bad. It's been thundering past couple of days. I think there's a hurricane season for us, but we actually haven't gotten any hurricanes this year. Knock on wood, hopefully it won't happen, but that was a concern when I first moved here last year in the Midwest of the U.S. Quite cool. I really enjoy the weather here, even though it does rain quite a bit. It's way better to be in the rain than in the snow for almost half the year. Kaleido Heart, I swear. I mean, we haven't gotten one in a while, but the card just loves me. Oh, I was going to say another thing that a lot of people don't talk about is that it's not the high card, like the high roll cards, like Ultimate Slayer, Sprite Blue, Pearl Arena that make your money back in the long term. It's always going to be the just having the bulk on the side. Even if you're selling cards, you know, for 25 cents, and usually you'll charge for the stamp that they use to mail it out, but it's only a little bit, and that little bit eventually piles up. And a lot of people don't understand that because they don't necessarily see it on a daily basis. But just sticking to, so say that you buy 3 cases like me, or you buy 5 or 10 cases, you probably will make your money back immediately, and that's 100% fine. The goal is not to do that. The goal is to build a collection, to build bulk, to build all of that either for buyouts later or just watching how markets form and how price changes occur. But you don't need to make your money back immediately. And if you want to do that, don't do that in the TCG. In TCGs in general, it's really hard to, especially now. It's just not worth it. But just creating a base to where people can rely on you to sell them cards for relatively cheap or just have steady orders, that's how you make your money back in the long term. Now, it's hard to understand unless you've done it before or unless you see it happening constantly. It's really hard to say, hey, I just need to make my money back immediately because markets change. It's very much counterintuitive. Last pack of that, kind of done, but the Sprite Blue was incredible. Save the box, save the last one as well. So, last box of case number 2. Will we pull a Starlight? I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really care if I pull a Starlight. It doesn't actually matter because I have a bunch of bulk now, have a bunch of supers, and have a bunch of ultras that I don't care about that I can sell whenever. You don't need to rush to make everything back. It's a Timmy mindset to try and make your money back immediately, just to flip stuff. It's not the way to build long-term success, because then you'll have the mentality on a bunch of other things too. Another Martha, this card likes me too, apparently. But it is not the correct way, I don't think, to build for long-term success, because you'll want to do that for every single thing, and the second you can't do that for whatever reason, you'll want to just tap out. It'll defeat you. It's just not a healthy mindset to have. It'll make it so that you feel like you always need to make your money back immediately, or you're not doing something right, or the market's bad, or you know, the economy's bad, stuff like that. Stupid stuff other than you're not sticking to the fundamentals of building a long-term business. A lot of people fail at that, and that's kind of why a lot of businesses fail. A lot of businesses fail because of poor decisions overall. That's part of those poor decisions is just trying to make your money back immediately on everything. It's just about building long term. Really hard to stick with. Staying the course is not easy to do whatsoever. Again, most people don't do it because they don't see that immediate success. I'm not going to blame social media for immediate gratification. That is part of it, but I think it's more so just how our brains are wired to immediately be rewarded for something we do rather than taking the loss short term. You know, after 5 to 10 years, you have something there. But again, it is not easy to do whatsoever. It took me years to even get to this point, and we're still extremely small. We're not even a tenth of the way of where I want to be. It's going to be a lot more work, but it is a lot of work to establish stuff like this. It's really hard to keep everything going, everything working properly, and to stay into the game long enough, especially with the way Konami is just as a company. It's really hard to do. Stuff that I found over many years. And it's hard to adapt to it. It's easier for small businesses like OzoneTCG to do it than larger companies or even larger vendors to do it. But it is still just not easy to do in general. This game requires a lot of patience and a lot of learning. It is definitely not easy to get everything going, contrary to what a lot of people may think. And there's the Pearl Areno. Very good box as well. Martha and Pearl Areno, about retail, what they are. So, I'm definitely not dissatisfied for the last box. Oops. Researcher fell. Getting onto the last, I think, 10 or 12 packs, something like that. And then we'll be done for now. We'll probably talk about the ratios. Kind of see what's going on with them. Because ratios have been weird. Bright Blue and Pearl Areno are definitely clumped. Definitely really hard to get those compared to a lot of the other secrets, especially the ones that I pulled. Martha and Kaleido Heart seem to love me. Kind of crazy. And watch out for the deck profiles. We will have a lot of those, both from our list. We're going to have a tier limit Therion's list. I think that's an untapped potential. No one's talking about it still. No one's been playing it. They've just been playing into the fusion and punk builds of the deck. So we'll have a punk version of the deck. The deck profile soon. Yeah. Last couple packs for this case. Array of Avarice. Spirit of Neos. Shiren. I hope it's like my 5th playset, something like that. Starter. I'm gonna sleeve for that. I should have gotten more sleeves. I have it back here. There it is. I've been just trying to get everything sorted the last couple of days. It's kind of crazy that just so much to do with TCG player stuff right now. Even with the channel, still growing. Right jet. And last pack. Well, case number 2. Double check to make sure. Yeah, last pack. Will not be a Starlight. It will probably be a Super. And there it is. That's okay. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We will be back maybe later. We may stream the 3rd case, we may not. See if we get a Starlight, we'll let you guys know. Thanks as always for watching, guys.